Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fallout 4 Tips and Tricks. So today I'm going to do something a little different. I had a few tips that were just a little too short for their own episodes, so I decided to stick them all together into one episode and sort of a tips and tricks grab bag, if you will. So I'm going to probably have more of these episodes like this, where if I have, let's say, around 3 tips that are just a little too short for their own episodes, I'll just put them into one altogether. So in this episode, I've got 3 unrelated tips for you. So for the first tip, I would like to show you this house. This house is actually one of the best houses in Sanctuary, I think. Not the best one, but one of the best. It has the least amount of debris on the floor. That's why I think it's the best. So there's not as many piles of leaves or just junk that you can't remove. Except for this guy. This skeleton in the corner. You cannot move him. You can't pick him up. You can't move him. He's stuck here and in the way. But I've discovered this kind of trick that you can use to move them. Using a tire or anything works. A crate, a box, anything that you can actually grab. Now, you grab it by holding down the activate button. That's how you can grab it. And then you can just lift it up and push this little guy out of the way. And there's a few other settlements on the map that have skeletons like this that are just in the way that you can't get rid of. And Starlight Drive-In is one of them. I know there's probably, I don't know, there's at least 4 or 5 skeletons there that are just in the way. And this little trick, you can move them as far away as you want. You can move them all the way across the map if you have the patience for it and the need. I don't know why you would need to, but you can just move them all the way out of your settlement area, completely out of the build area if you want to. Oh, there's a bloatfly body right there. It's also a good way to move bodies if you killed some raiders, or I mean, you can move raiders other ways, but this is a faster way maybe. But like if you kill death claws right in your settlement and you want them out of the way, you can even move death claws with this way. And as far as I know, the skeletons do not respawn. I tested it to see, and I don't think they do. So that's cool. Anyway, just a little tip right there. Have you ever built a wall like this out of the junk fences and just could not stand these horrible gaps? These are like foot wide gaps that you can't squeeze through them, but you can shoot through them. Enemies can shoot your settlers through these. So what's the whole point of this? What's the whole point of having these walls if you can't even make them gun-proof, basically, bulletproof, and you can't get them any closer than this? So, I'm going to show you how you can make seamless junk fences, and I know probably a lot of you guys already know how to do this, but I'm sure there are a lot of you who don't, so if you've already know how to do this, then go ahead and skip this part if you want to. I'll leave an annotation. So what you're going to what you're going to want to do now is get a small rug and put it kind of on a slight slope, facing down the slope if you can. I like to do more than one, just for good reach. Then you want to get a large rug and put it on top of them like this. And so when you grab the closest rug to you, the rug that's on the bottom, you can pick up the whole thing. And it uses only the clipping of the first rug, so you can clip it into anything else. Or the collision of the first rug, sorry. So you're going to want to get a junk fence now. And now you're going to want to make sure that it's actually on the rug. So see when it's down like this, it's not on the rug. And make sure it pops up onto the rug like that. You can see it pop up if you do it carefully. So you'll go bump. You see that little bump? It went up. And bump, it went down. So it's not on the rug now, but it is on the rug now. And again, bump down, and it went up. So when it goes up, you can see that bump up. You'll know that it's connecting with the rug. And so then when you select the lower rug, it will select the entire thing. Now this isn't holding the select button, okay? This is just selecting it the normal way. If you hold select, it won't use just the collision of the first rug, it will use the collision of the whole thing. So you want to make sure you just select the first rug. And then you can align it up perfectly, and you can remove the rug. If you're building a whole wall, you can save those for later. And there, look at that, no seam at all. And you can go behind here, and there's no light shining through. And you can build the entire wall this way. Have any of you ever done this? Put the power cables through your door or through the window just so you can get power inside your house or your building, whatever. I bet we've all done this at one point or another, or at least tried to do it. It's a little annoying having the wires going through the door, especially if you have a door that opens and closes. It gets in the way. Well, I'm going to show you how to put wires into your building without having to do that, without having to put them through the door. Now, this uses the rug glitch, so if you already know how to do this, then feel free to skip this part. But for those of you who don't know, you're going to want to get 2 rugs, like we did in the previous tip, except we're not going to use a large rug with them. Then you're going to want to get a power conduit, the one that's facing upwards, and put it right on the end of it, like this. Then you need to connect it to the power source. Now, make sure that you do that. Make sure you connect it to the power source first before you move it. Now, you see it looks like the cable disappeared, but it is still connected, so don't freak out. It's still there even though you can't see it. Now, take it inside and find where you want to put it. You can put it anywhere and snug it up against the wall as close as you can. That's why we're using 2 rugs, so that it uses the collision of the first rug, and you can get it in pretty close. And once you let go, it'll reconnect the wire. And then you can put in some other conduits so you can string your wires around the inside of your building however you want them to go. Like you could go around this corner right here if you wanted to. Like this. Whoops, lost it there. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. There we go. So you could just string them around wherever you want to put them. And don't forget to remove the rugs. Remove the top one first, then the bottom one. If you remove the bottom one first, the entire thing will go away, even the conduit. So make sure you remove the top one first. Now, if you don't want to have a conduit like stuck in the corner, because you wouldn't be able to put furniture there then, you can do it. You can reverse the process by doing it from the inside out. So 2 rugs like before, and the same conduit. Then connect the conduit to a conduit that's on the inside, like this here, and move it out and snug it up against the wall on the outside of the building. I actually prefer this way of doing it, and a lot of you might too. So remove the rugs, and then connect that conduit to whatever power source you want, or you can connect it to other conduits that eventually lead to your power source, whatever you want to do. And so there we go, a clearer corner where you can put a table there or something. Now, you don't have to do this right next to a door. You can do this anywhere on the wall. It doesn't really matter where you do it. It'll clip through any portion of the building. So experiment, have fun, figure out the best ways to put it. I think it's really cool. Alright, that is it for this episode, everyone. I hope you enjoyed these 3 random tips. If you learned something new, please give this episode a like. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do, because I put out these tips and trick videos a couple times or a few times a week. Whenever I can, I put them out as often as I can. And if you have more ideas for me for other tips and tricks videos, please leave suggestions down in the comments, because I would love to know. I don't know everything about Fallout 4. I'm learning new things every day, and I would love to know if you have any other ideas for future episodes, and I will make one, maybe, of your tip or trick. Maybe, if it's a good one. Anyway, leave me suggestions in the comments, and I might feature your tip in my next video, and I will give you credit for it. So, anyway, you guys, that's it for today. I will see you next time.